I was in the building.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
These are the ones that get example. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Josh. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, we're gonna start our meeting. We've got an agenda for Highway Parks Recreation. All right, attendance wise, someone's gonna take Julie's here live and in person today.
Rare
Attendance,
affairs.
that's great. Okay, the minutes were sent out via email. They are also attached here, so I need a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting. So moved in a second, please.
Second.
Seconded, thank you. So all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. All right, we have some members here from the public, so we'll let you guys speak first, so you don't have to stay for everything else. Unless you want to, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, so, good morning, thank you. I'm MJ Walters, I'm a resident of Niskuna, I live over in the Avon Crest area. And I'm here to talk about the, pickleball in Niskuna and, kind of the future of. I've lived here for 25 years, my kids have grown up through the Parks and Rec department, they've probably been, well, I know that counselors after they've been participants. And we're very grateful to have, you know, the facilities that we do have throughout Niskuna. Right now, over in Avon Crest, there, as you know, through a grant, you were able to update the pavement and put in 2 pickleball nets, which are fantastic. It has gotten lots of use, and we're starting to outgrow it. So our agenda this morning is just to sort of talk about short-term potential solutions and possibly longer-term items to consider. So you'll notice on the third page or the second page, there's a range of facilities accommodating pickleball throughout the capital region. And they can be very minimalist in approach, such as Collins Park on the left-hand side. They just have a net and 2 pickleball. They have the pickleball court lines over the regular tennis lines, but there's just 1 net. We have our facility that has the regular tennis net and portable pickleball net, which is great. And then there's also a number of smaller parks that started. The Village Green in Clifton Park is a small neighborhood park dedicated. There are 3 or 4 courts there. And most recently, there's been and you're probably aware of this through all the municipal league activity, but there's been a burst of new parks coming up just for pickleball. We have the one over by Albany County Airport, which is you have to be a resident of Colony, I think, to be part of that. We also have the Veterans Park up in Clifton Park, which is brand new. Hillhurst, Bethlehem just opened another 8 court parks, and they're gorgeous facilities. So what we wanted to bring to your attention is the nets, the 2 nets that we have at Avon Crest are really residential grade nets. They're designed to be, you know, packed up and moved. They're not really designed for the type of wear and tear that they've gotten with everybody moving it on and off the court. The Avon Crest facility does have both tennis and picklers over there. But, you know, it's primarily been used, or as I've seen it, for pickleball. The question is whether or not, you know, you want to continue, the town wants to continue to have it as a dual purpose. We have about, in the morning, we have anywhere from 8 to 12 picklers over there from 7:30, well, depending how hot it is, 7 to 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then throughout the day, people are using it. to accommodate the overflow, they've been bringing their own personal pickleball net, at least one additional pickleball net. And, you know, it takes a long time to set it up and break it down. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about are specifically with the nets, the existing nets, where they're wearing apart. One of the participants in this morning pickleball group that plays has ordered replacement parts for it, new casters, because you'll see that the wheels are kind of cockeyed. The nets themselves are, the tension is maintained by Velcro. So that's kind of stripping out, and they're using clip. We've used kind of everything to keep the nets going. You'll see zip blocks, plastic zip blocks, as well as electrical tape. So we're looking at hoping those replacement parts are only like $70, no big deal. We'll fix the short-term issue of the existing nets. And then longer term, the question would be, is there money in the budget, in the Parks and Recreation Department budget or the town budget that might be, that we might be able to use to order a third portable net? That would be what I would consider, in doing the research on this, they call them pro-grade or municipal, where it's designed for use by the public, tournament use. So it's different than the residential, which is kind of what we have right now. It's much more solid. The cost for that on the lower end for like a pro-grade portable is between $900 and $1,600 on the low end. You can go higher, up to about $4,300, $4,500 per net. And those are almost more designed for indoor pickleball usage, where they're kind of stationary. There are wheels on them that you can move, but you would have to really look at what we could use for the facility. On the ones that we have in the picture, the one on the left is the one that's, you know, has the wheels that pop out. I think it could endure a lot of wear and tear with people that don't really know how to use it in the public area. And then the other one is really just you lift up the stabilizer and then you can move it. But it's a much more stable net. And I did do more cost estimates. I'm happy to send this electronically. There's hyperlinks in there for where you can find more information about different pickleball nets. What I did find when we did survey, and there's a group of us that went out and surveyed the different courts, most of the courts out there today are permanent. They're not the portable that we have. And I know that it's costly to, you know, invest in that. And that would be something the town would need to consider longer term. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports right now. Even though it's been around since 1965 on the West Coast, it's just really hitting the East Coast at an alarming rate. They say about 25% growth. We offer pickleball classes at the senior center. We also have it through the high school in their life sports. It's one of the subgroups in there of classes. And then there's tons of clubs opening up. True Pickleball, Legacy up in Boston Spa, Sport Time. My pal here, Mary Rose, works at True. She's an instructor there. So that's what we're asking you to consider is, for short term, can we order a net this summer to accommodate the overflow? If not this summer, can we get it in the budget to order at least 2, maybe 4 nets? 2 to make it a total of 4 nets there. At some point, the 2 existing nets that we have are going to have to be retired because they're not going to make it. So, and then a longer term, the question is, with this continued growth, is this something, you know, with a population of 20,000, is 4 nets gonna be enough? And I don't know the answer to that. I do know that in the other facilities where they've had pickleball, they've, you know, there's the paving, the parking, the restroom facilities that to take into consideration, as well as shade. And I think that's about it. Well, also neighbors, right? The neighborhood impact. So those are a couple of things. And then finally, there's a ton of money available through funding for this, through the state and the federal level. I don't know what Niskuna has tapped into in the past as far as recreational, but there are a ton of state and federal grants available for recreation. This is a sport. It gets a lot of people out. It's multi-generational. We have young people there as well as retirees playing. It's a great way to keep people moving around and getting to know your neighbors. I know I just retired a year ago and I met all these people that I never knew, you know, and it's been really wonderful. So that's what I can tell you. I will say this, if you are interested, true pickleball, and I don't know if this is a conflict of interest or not, but they have offered to, because of the number of things that they've purchased, they might be able to get a volume discount for the town if you went through that, but I don't know where that falls in. So is there anything?
Yeah, the only thing, well, I don't know if those of you, I don't know if you've all played before, but man, it's so much fun. MJ, that was so well done. I would say I teach at True Pickleball and we have people coming in every week, family that have been sitting maybe for years. Some people are just, you know, sports people that retired from say tennis because they had knee problems. I used to drive all the way to Clifton Park to play pickleball. And then I found out about the Avon Crest and now I drive 5 minutes. But the nets are falling apart because you can hit it and it just goes down. But so, yeah, well done. True Pickleball, I called the owner. He said that he would consider sponsoring. So we could save a couple of hundred, maybe a couple of $1,000. So that's it. If you want to play, come join us. Thank you.
So that's it from our contingency over neighboring trust pickleball. I'm not sure. This is how all this started. We came in saying, how could we get this funded? And I don't know what the next steps in that process, you know, I'm sure that there is a process to, you know, have it heard or weighed upon a decision made whether to put it in the budget. How does that work?
So we're our controller here. We're working on that now. They're working on the budget. So the budget happens in September, October, and then the town votes on that in November.
Okay,
Okay, the final budget. So your timing is pretty good. They have to work with Lori, Ray in Parks and Recreation and Highway. This is where this funding sort of comes out of to see if there's any available funds, and or then they would obviously take some of your information about grants, that sort of thing, and see if there's anything available in those areas. I
yeah,
just want to talk to you a little bit about the reason that we did that as a dual court system down there is because tennis is very popular in this town too. And we have tennis leagues in the town, and that's sort of why we have these as dual purpose courts.
and it's actually a great thing. I mean, I know people are in there using the tennis, so I understand that it is, you know, a dual need, and I appreciate that because it is very easy for the tennis players to come in and roll that thing off, or, you know, the picklers to come in. So I do understand that.
The current layout, the courts that were replaced, the new ones, would only support 4 pickleball games at best, because they're 2 games per tennis court, correct? So
Right,
ideally, if you had 4 portable nets, it would more give you the opportunity to have more play without interrupting
right.
tennis or whatever. So optimally, to get the best of both worlds, if you had 4 portables and were able to move them to the side so that tennis could still play, or you have a pickleball game on
Right.
2 games and 1 tennis game. So
Yeah,
ideally, I mean, we can't expand it any more than 4 pickleball games at once, correct?
that's correct. And in that facility.
Right.
One thing that I will say is I did reach out to Larry DeLugley, the athletic director in Skiona, and I just asked him, is anybody going to expand or add this in, at the high school? And he said, we're not, probably not at the high school. He goes, Iroquois, where there are tennis courts, maybe another overflow place. But we were just kind of casually talking. I was talking more, we have all these kids that take this life skills sports class. Is that something? And he just kind of off the cuff said, not the high school, but maybe the Iroquois would be another possibility of expansion.
Class for the bus and why not?
Oh, really? Right. And there's, the school has its own issue. It'll be safety when people use it, all of that. Who stores it, where's, all of those things. So I do understand it's not a quick solution to it. But I don't want to take any more of your time because I know.
I will work with Lori to look and see what we can do to either upgrade in the current ones or possibly, as time goes on.
Yeah, in addition, so much more conscious of types that we purchase. Thank you for the information about the different grades.
I mean, obviously, when we did the courts and that was actually, me and Lori bought the ones that are there now. Because of the promotion of the dual courts, it was new to us. So we kind of found something that was mid-grade.
Yeah.
We didn't go with the cheapest and we knew by the activity over there. I mean, we were over there working and upgrading the parking lot and everything. So we knew there was people bringing stuff from home as well. So we kind of threw in the middle and said, these are better than the cheapest, but how's it gonna be? How much use is it gonna get? So
It was kind of an experiment.
right. It was
blew
for
up.
us. When we were doing the courts, we got the outreach that said, we want to do dual courts. So it was a learning experience for us.
No, absolutely. And it was really a learning experience for me. I just started in January doing this, but I got bit by the bug. So
Just one other thought. I know sometimes people complain in neighborhoods that it's too noisy, the ball, but Latin Park, it looks beautiful, whatever they've done over there. What about 2 of those courts? Because I know they're gonna resurface those soon.
I think there is one already over there.
So we
So
did,
that-
when we
yeah,
were,
at the
when
edge,
we
yeah.
were building Avon and the people had already done a makeshift, they did it with tape actually before we redid the courts. So they were like, well, where are we gonna go? So we did a temporary lining of 1 court over to Blatnick. I guess if there is, very expensive to have them maintained and coated and everything. So we'll put that in our notes that, if that is redone or if we do a partial, maybe we make dual courts over there as well. I think that it's all good information you gave us to, at least it doesn't hurt people playing tennis to have them extra lines on there. We've never got a complaint about dual courts, so that's something in the future that, as we're planning to do them projects, we can do that, include that.
Thank you for the 2 nets that are there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Lori. I'll send you an electronic.
Oh, that would be
because it
wonderful.
has all the hyperlinks to that place.
Thank you so much. This was very informative. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome to stay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with your section of the meeting.
Not a whole lot of things. Highway crews, out trees, stumps, patching, basin repairs, small drainage projects, just our ongoing this is all stuff generated off the resident request list. Quite busy between, it's getting ready for paving and working on the roads, so, we try to keep a small crew active on all these, based on priority of, severity and all that, so. Number two, tentative hiring of a grounds worker. We have been interviewing through the first process when we hired one last month and continue to do so. So, we think we have one that, would be willing to come to work for us. He seemed like a good fit, so we'll get that paperwork up to Janet and get it to Elena.
So you will have one person.
So as of then, we'll be full. So see what happens.
See how long it lasts, right?
Yep.
Right.
Parks crew's been working in various parks, trimming brush. They did some additional work over to Fieldstone, cutting paths, trimming back over there. We had some, outreach from a resident over there about the other side of the road because we made the improvements on one side, so we went over there and did some trimming and stuff, which got a reply back that she was very happy with the work that the guys did, so always an ongoing thing. Coming up, they're having a run through Iroquois and that River Road Park coming up shortly. The coach reached out yesterday. He walked the course, sent us a map. He identified a couple little areas that had some washout in it. The guys went over there yesterday and put some material in. It's not much of a runner, Bill. I really.
Tournament Labor Day weekend.
It's a pretty big event, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I remember them doing it during COVID. They ran around with their masks on, which I thought was unbearable, but
Let's go over Labor Day.
yeah. So,
You're taking care of whatever.
yeah, I emailed him back that we would take care of it was a small area, just some ruts and stuff from being in the mowers and stuff, so.
That Joe Skufka that reached out.
Yes, he's been emailing with both me and Laura.
Okay.
Cause he had concerns about the project going on
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
To
No,
both of you
no
guys,
impact, so
so,
he
thank
thought
you.
it would be fine. Lori. It's not a truck purchase number 4, it's a trailer purchase. And copy paste the last month. Cause there's my agenda that I'm sorry, and sent you. It's all one. Good thing it's the same, I just changed the date. So this will be a trailer purchase, Elena?
Is this a replacement?
No, this is actually, we have the money in our budget. This is something that we identified that would be best for in the trail systems. Doing the maintenance work, getting stone in as it is. We go in there with dump trucks and damaged mirrors, and so we thought a dump trailer behind a tractor. It's a smaller dump trailer. It will also help us in maintaining the current landfill cap, low mow, where we have washouts and stuff. We really have no way of getting materials up there to take care of the swales and the washouts and sinkholes, so.
So you'd be able to pull this behind a tractor?
Yeah, we're gonna pull it behind one of our tractors that we use for the maintenance of the parks and stuff. We feel it'll be beneficial because we can stockpile on site, use a small tractor to load it and pull it up the, either up the hill or, and as time goes on, we're getting more and more of these that are, needing maintenance. So we thought about what would best serve us for this. A dump trailer gives us the ability to chain the gate and tailgate spread with it through the trails. Cause it's electric remote, they can hold the remote on the tractor and tailgate spread, so. Essentially, we do have it in our project. Okay,
More than 6, less than 10, so
Yeah.
we can just put it on.
thank you. All right, I'm gonna go back to my original. Yard waste, has it been about the same? Still been slightly on the heavy side comparable to past years. I don't know how the grass is burnt to a crisp, but I have, somebody is, and then somebody is, because it has been,
Just to say this because we are budget time, but the labor costs for doing the yard waste have really been increasing these last 2 years, and we've been trying to keep the cost of doing this service down, because I know, we did bump it slightly, but either we're gonna have to consider increasing the cost of it or limiting the number of cans people put out. We've got some people I know driving around town that just put out, 20 cans. I don't know where they could possibly get that much yard waste.
and that's not an exaggeration.
I'm really not
You
kidding, 'cause I have
probably
several
seen
of them
20
live
to
on my
30
street.
cans at some
And-
houses.
Yeah, there are their neighbors all putting their cans at the one person.
They don't know.
And we can't really police
So
that.
it's something where, a lot of municipalities that offer the service limit, like you can have either, 2 cans or up to 5, bags, or, there are ways to do this, but I'm just saying it's something that is gonna need to be discussed and
Yeah, it needs to
considered,
be.
because
Right.
some people are very normal and put out a couple of cans a week, and that's what you would expect for one household, but when you have 20 cans out in front of certain houses every single week, it does make one question how much yard work of that is theirs, or whether they're running a landscaping business and then they're using us as a disposable disposal system. So again, there's costs and time associated with all those things. So it's just something that has to be balanced.
Somebody continue to put out 20 cans,
But
and they
we
live on a small
The
lot.
highway guy isn't gonna go
Oh, no.
knocking the door. They can't pay the stuff.
We looked into this because there have been a couple, properties where it's really
Identified.
identified that that is exactly what's going on. We don't have anything in our code that places any restrictions on it. So Ray and I talked about that we need to do that.
So we should probably look into doing that, limiting it, and actually put something in the code that this is from your personal property,
Right, no commercial, and
no
then,
commercial, 5 cans a week or something, or, even that's a lot.
There are some larger lawns in town, but 20, 30 bags is a lot.
Is it all grass or is it like from the
It's
winds and the
Flat
storms?
grass, it's limbs,
mixed.
it's brush, people trim their hedges
Yeah.
and I can understand that. And we have them a couple times a year where we do the brush, but
Right.
typically a lot of people aren't gonna hold on
Like
to
a
their
spring or fall.
brush to that
Yeah.
one time of
Yeah.
year, so
Right.
they
Right.
break it up and put it in bags or barrels. So you get it, but you drive around, so it's a lot. But there is, I did bring up for you to Elena, and she researched it, and our recourses are limited and our explanation needs some work. So it would be good to do some guidelines. 2024 paving, so the crews have been, have had the second round of roads prepped. We're waiting on the paving contractor to come in and pave them.
Is he getting held up, or what's?
Yeah, he's a little behind. They give us a tentative date, and if, which is coming up, but if it, they get rain or they have breakdowns or whatever, they, just pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
So, the crews have actually started the next batch of roads.
Okay.
which will be batch number 3 and the end of the paving season. So, we're just gonna continue on. We're gonna get these things opened up and again, a lot of hard work in this. I can't stress enough that all crews, water and sewer, highway crews, going through the infrastructure, cleaning all the pipes, checking all the manholes, checking all the sewer lines, checking the water valves. Total infrastructure checkout when we're done. So it's time consuming. It's very hard work and just like to give the guys that are doing this every day, hundreds and hundreds of basins. They're
They're checking.
Air
they're
hammer.
raising.
Well, they're air hammer. They open every one, they inspect it, they air hammer it, they rebuild it, hundreds a year. So to make a better road and to protect the investment that we're putting in to make that road a good road is huge. So just a thank you. We want the most years we can get out of these roads and the guys out on the road do a wonderful job. So like to commend them for that. And Bill, I brought you, in case you go out running, I brought you round 3.
All right, good.
And
Well,
I played cards with you.
wait a minute.
Well, next round. No. Leave it around.
No, because I
Let's
said,
just- let's do that. So they're moving on to them. Lori did post it on the webpage for me.
Page 2.
So we quote it in multiple places just because we're going on to them and Dottie got a few calls, going, we did hand out notices, but couldn't find it on our website. So we tried to remedy that. Onboard resolution for the hiring grounds worker. Get that to Elena or Janet, then Elena. River Road Park update. On our end, we're doing a little grading of the areas that were impacted as we were putting the parking lot in and that. So, we're trying to get them in shape and trying to get some grass once we see a cooler with a little rain. We don't want to have to do it twice,
No.
but trying to do a little cleanup and we'll continue working on that parking lot and around the pavilion and around the playground. Equipment that we ordered, picnic tables and benches for that pavilion has been ordered. I'll try to get an update of when those might be coming in.
Ray, did you order those powder coated benches? Cause I also received a grant. to
Yeah, I got
order 6
I got the
more, or
rubber
4 more.
coated. I got the rubber coated ones for River Road. Some benches for either the splash pad. I got some benches for around the playground. So either or I didn't get a lot of them.
Well,
So whatever you got,
I haven't ordered them yet, so I just want to see what you ordered. So I can
Green,
be
rubber
consistent.
coated.
Okay. 6
so,
or 8 feet.
huh?
6 or 8 feet.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever you got the money for, utilize what you got and get what you can get.
Green.
Green, yes, got the dark green. Also for the pavilion, we got a handicap accessible picnic tables to go with the playground that is. So that whole area will be all tied in and friendly to anyone. So that was the goal all along. So we got those ordered. Open discussion. I have one thing for town hall. We have Charlie reaching out to a couple different heating companies and air conditioner company. We need to get this building straightened out. Rezoned. Different areas are cool, some areas are hot. You know, obviously we spend Tuesday nights in the boardroom. It gets unbearable. The heat, the
So it's either freezing or you're,
Right, so
Cooking in there.
we need to regulate this building more. We need an outside company to come in and either rezone areas, rededicate, whatever. We can't keep wiggling the blinds and shaking the doorknob twice to get cool air, so we gotta go a different direction with this, honestly. And, I mean, if it's from one day to the next, you come up in one office, somebody's got a sweater on, you go across the hall, they're sweating, so, I mean, did I say something wrong? So we just need to get that taken care of. We need an outside company to come in and tell us what they're gonna do to fix our problem. Okay, so hopefully, I mean, we do have some money put aside for building repairs and
Mhm.
such. So,
We had budgeted, if you recall, a couple of years ago, a significant chunk to do a lot of work around the building that started with our front porch out there. So this will be tied into that whole process of trying to, yeah, maybe the building is, 90s don't seem that long ago, but it's over 30 years old. So, yeah, it
Yep.
just things wear out, and Ray and I have talked a lot about that, just trying to make sure that we keep the building up. So it's better to pay for smaller repairs and maintenance now than to have things just go completely
Absolutely.
sideways, so.
and we still have a significant amount in there because we did a lot of these projects in-house.
Yes.
The sidewalks out there, the patio out here, so the savings was good. It's good timing to try to get this straightened out. It doesn't get any better in the winter than it is in the summer, so it's definitely an indicator that we need to get these things taken care of. We want everybody to be happy, like me.
We want them at least to be somewhat comfortable, tolerable.
Matt, did you have anything on River Road, any updates?
I know we awarded the contract for the water line installation. We had to go out to bid for the materials for the water line, and the bid opening is Tuesday. We'll have bid results before the next board meeting, so we'll need a resolution to award contract for those.
Okay.
I don't think it,
Could be in budget.
we were looking at the numbers and it's very, very close. It's looking good.
Good.
It's more the total cost of the project, not necessarily how much the materials cost. Some of it was already bid out, so I just want to get everything on material bid so that we're consistent.
Get it to Elaine on time.
So we had a capital projects meeting the other day and it was very informative for all of us, for the different lines and the different things that are going on in the park. It helps us keep things in, in front of us, as to just what he has, just what we have to complete these projects. So it was very informative the other day to Beth and Janet broke it all out so that we could identify each portion of the projects, which would make it a lot easier for us.
Who's gonna take the pickleball? You gonna take that or you gonna?
Me and Lori will work together.
Equipment.
And Clark, what do you have for us?
Sure, I was just gonna give a quick update. Ray, Matt, Laura, and I continue to stay really informed on planning board projects that have a stormwater component to them, just to keep our eyes on that. So there are 2 projects coming through the planning board right now that may have a very minor stormwater component. One is a proposed 2-lot subdivision at 929 Pierce Road. So that's still, these are in the sketch plan phase, which is the very preliminary phase. But they would have to look at stormwater a little bit related to that project.
Absolutely, because we've had people come in from Pierce Road.
Absolutely, that's a real hot spot.
929?
Yeah, and we've talked about that at the planning board meeting. That's a real hotbed area. And then 1045 Palmer Ave. It's another proposed 2-lot subdivision. It's R2 zoning district. Everybody kind of has a single lot there, but this property owner has basically a double lot. and they're proposing to potentially subdivide that into 2 lots. So, again, that's in the really early stages. That's much, much smaller property, so
What area is that?
it's on, I mean, it's pretty close to the school.
Oh, it's on the
Palmer.
upper block?
Yeah, I mean, it's all 40-foot wide lots.
Yep.
All around it, and then this one happens to be 80 feet wide, and they're proposing to make it into 2 lots. So that's, again, early stages. And then just an update on GE Vernova. They got planning board approval for their new 31,000 square foot building on July 8th, and they just got their building permit to begin construction of that yesterday. So just hats off to everyone who worked on that. We had a great engineering firm, a great TDE. Matt chimed in. Everyone was very synchronized and got their approval done very quickly. They have some stormwater retention basins on that property that ultimately go down to the Mohawk River, but have no impact on any of the rest of the town. But it was a really nice synchronized effort to get that building approved quickly. So a lot of work went into the stormwater review on that.
Good, good.
That's it.
It looks like there's an empty lot next.
It's, yeah. It's the only, I mean, in a sense, it's a shame because they have a little extra room there. But they do have another lot, make it the same as everything else.
That's the way everything's going in town.
Yeah.
If there's a piece of property
Yeah.
that's left that somebody can build on, they
Yeah.
wanna build on it.
Exactly,
But, you know, we have to be conscious of what those impacts will be.
right.
All right, anything else, open discussion?
I do have one thing to say. I don't know if anyone told you, Ray, but a resident came in singing the praises about one of your employees. Because a bird was it a bird or
Oh,
a
the bird, it's a bird, yeah.
But had fallen out, and then he put down what he was doing, went right over and helped her. She wanted to give him money to thank him, and he's like, nope, this is part of my job. And it was just like awesome.
We gave him his card, we embarrassed
That's
him in front of
Good. It's just nice to
He,
be
he
there.
was very gracious about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you needed help.
I
I'm
think
like,
it's sweet. Yeah. She was very happy. Yeah. Kudos to them.
Very nice visit. She was
Yeah.
lovely.
Yes.
So sweet.
you know, a lot of times it is the little things that make a difference.
Well, she couldn't say enough good things about your guys after that, so that's, yeah.
One other thing on the pickleball, I think there is a soft, or there's like a quieter pickleball, because sometimes the noise.
I've heard
can
a
be
lot
an
of
issue.
comments about
I
that.
have a friend who lives a mile out on Caroline Street in Saratoga, and there's a big park across the street. And I think they have lights and people play till like 10:30 or so. But it can be a little noisy, the hard plastic ball. There aren't any complaints, but there is a quiet ball, if that ever comes up. Yeah.
But, you know, Avon Crest, they love it over here. It's a lot of use.
Yeah.
And not just for pickleball, for tennis.
It goes for a lot of things. Actually, since the improvement, we see a lot of activity over there, and it's,
Nice of you.
yeah, it's a,
Right,
Yeah,
right
it
there,
is.
neighborhood park.
If there's anything salvageable from the next week that is easier, I mean, we're literally putting PVC pipes together in order to set up the
Yeah.
pickleball nets at the senior center. So if there's anything salvageable that could actually upgrade us a little bit, you know, we do
the
TLC.
parts and pieces off that.
If it's.
Yeah.
Well, if we get next, they work.
Where do you inside?
Yeah,
Upstairs.
they come in every Monday and Thursday. And we're like.
How many do you
We
have?
come in, we get everybody, all winter when the weather's bad, but then we get overflow sometimes in the summer when it gets really hot. It's only one, courts, it's not a standard size, but it's one. It's what.
And you don't
we
have a
fit on
net,
for.
right? Or do you have a net?
They literally put it together and,
Why don't we just get
I
them?
know, yeah.
Why don't you
Well,
just?
no,
I mean,
you
something
can.
that you could like, put in the closet.
They're heavy, they're bulky. They wouldn't be able to store it. They could get a homeowner model and.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, an upgraded homeowner, something that they can, we can, worry on the other one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I did have Michelle look into that money that we talked about too.
Yeah.
That, I forgot to mention that, but she, I said she was looking into it, so there, I haven't heard that it isn't yet, that was literally grant from forever ago.
All right, very good. All right, Laura.
Alrighty, town pool update. Thanks to the hard work of Charlie Bergani, he fixed the coping on the baby pool and is able to secure, issue was a lot with getting the tablets for testing the chlorine. Apparently they're on back order, they're impossible to get. He was able to secure some and the pool is back up and I just want to thank the residents for being very patient because I know it's been a tough summer. It's been hot and babies cannot go in the big pool, so.
That splash pad's getting a lot of you.
Oh, let me tell you, it's awesome. Summer program update. Summer's winding down and next week is our final week of playground program and tennis lessons. Both camps were extremely well attended. Two remaining camps that we have for next week are arts and crafts for kids and amazing athletes. And I want to thank all of our instructors for an amazing summer. Without them, we couldn't run these wonderful programs. Our August concerts coming up tonight is the Trojan Horns. August 8th is Ain't No Strangers, and in that band is Pete Rebecca, who is Ray's right-hand man. So we'd like to hopefully get a big contingent from Town Hall.
Ain't no strangers.
Ain't No Strangers.
Next week.
Next week.
Oh, so-
Yeah, so we'd like to get them there. August 11th is the Black Benson Band, which is a Sunday evening starting at 6, and that's from a rain out from earlier in the season, one of the few rains. And ending with August 15th for the Mr. E Band. And all in all, I think it's been a good summer for concerts.
really has.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Absolutely.
For the Doc Benson Band, Meat and Company is going to join us that night and he's bringing mac and cheese.
I don't know if you've had it, mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese. is
Outstanding.
Unbelievable. Yes. So, and then for Ain't No Stranger, that's going to be pizza night. Yeah, I think that's what Pete told me.
From here to the end of the
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
And then he's a connoisseur of pizza.
Awesome.
That's good.
You guys cream-
We'll be laughing at the sample.
Okay. Fall soccer early registration closes on Sunday before the late fees go into effect. A blast has gone out to all the residents as a reminder, and as always, Julie is looking for referees and coaches at every level. Fall soccer runs Saturday mornings from September 7th to October 26th. And that is also very well attended.
October what?
September 7th to October 26th, right before Halloween. Hopefully, we don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as in for the first week in November.
Farmers market, are there any updates besides the fact that it's been?
It's been really going well, very well attended, but better than previously. It's great. And the new Fresh Connects program, so that when anyone uses their SNAP card, they get double their money with the Fresh Connects coupons, is working out really well. So we've had several people who have taken advantage of it. So it's great.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
National Night Out, this will be our first annual that we're holding here. It will be here Tuesday, August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. We will have incredible funk and R&B band Doc Horton and the J Street Band. That's sponsored by the Niskayuna DEI Advisory Committee. We'll have free hamburgers and hot dogs, Kona Ice, Stewart's Ice Cream, a dunk tank, bounce house, face painting, balloon art, and all are sponsored by Martin Harding and Mazzotti. The Niskayuna PBA, CDPHP, Niskayuna Community Foundation, and Price Chopper Market 32, Stewart's, and Giant Wine and Liquor have all been sponsors. And I want to give a huge shout out to Jean Bodie because she has done this whole thing herself. It has not been easy, and I think it's going to be an amazing event. So hopefully we will see everyone there and pray for good weather. The movie night update. So we've tweaked our summer movie night schedule. It was all summer events. The first one was low attendance, and I think a lot has to do with summer vacations. We have to start it late because of the sunset. So what we've decided to do is one more movie on the 9th and move 2 more into September. So you might get the kids that, are no longer on vacation, that, everybody's back in school. It can start
Plus
a
the
little bit
earlier
earlier.
start.
Yeah.
The heat might have been a factor.
Yeah. I mean, it was an amazing night and it was finding Nemo. So I don't know why no one wanted to be there, but I know. Yeah. So we've tweaked the schedule and that's going to be posted on the website. So, and we are having a sneaker drive. I don't know if anyone has seen the box downstairs, but it's to support Schenectady street soldiers for collecting gently used and new sneakers for all of those in need. We have boxes at the town pool, town hall, and Meat and Company. Oh, and also Market 32. And we will be accepting donations until September 1st. And the shoes have been coming in fast and furious.
Yeah, First National Bank
Oh.
got to me yesterday.
Wonderful.
I
Yeah,
guess they do a lot with them.
it's awesome.
So she heard about it and she would be happy to have a box.
Yeah.
there.
Let me tell you, I fill up a ton of boxes just from the sneakers.
And we're talking about first.
And meet and company.
And meet and greet, yeah. And lastly, I have a couple of resolutions. One is to add one employee who, I don't know how she dropped off my list for playground program, but I need to add her on. And also accepting grant money from the Niskayuna Community Foundation for $2,200 for the splash pad benches and Schenectady County for $2,500 for the concerts and the movie night. And also the donations for National Night Out, which right now total $600, but I think we're waiting on Martin Harding and Mazzotti, so it should be a little bit more. And that's it.
One playground, is that gonna just be an amendment to the previous resolution?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you know
I'll get
what?
the number.
No, because she wasn't on it. I think I'm just gonna add her on because
Right,
I've already
because we will
amended
amend-
that other one.
Oh, okay, okay, I'll talk to you.
Okay, good, yeah.
I would-
I don't know how, I missed her. She just dropped off the list. I'm just,
Everybody too, that at the co-op, the senior centers benefit of their roundup program. This is the last month. And we kind of hit a little bit of a wall with First Shop or Market 32 rather. But they're a little slower, but co-op, sometimes they forget to mention it.
yeah, they do.
But anytime there's a roundup, if you just ask them about it or you just say round it up.
Yeah, so I
Then-
think it's, I
Goes
forget what the
through
amount
August.
was. Yeah, it is through August, but it's actually
Oh.
doing pretty well.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it? Okay, great.
I-
So
Shannon mentioned it the other day when I was talking.
I can't believe that we're in August.
The roundup change and the
That
co-op
co-op
is
goes
going to
to-
the senior center this.
It's one of, there's more than one, maybe. Is it just us? for
They
this?
say just the senior center.
Just the
Yeah,
senior center
okay.
for this, so they do it for 4-month periods, so,
That's what it is.
yeah, so it's,
Yeah,
yeah, through the end of August, it's for the senior center, it's been the last 3 months,
Yeah.
and so it's done, I can get the amount for you.
oh, that's okay, I just thought last month, I can't
Yeah.
even believe we're here, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you. So normally I would talk about the calendar and all the stuff we have going on. We have a lot of stuff going on, even though it is summer and people are vacationing, so, the ebb and flow, sometimes, some days it's quiet, sometimes it's not, it's full on. The lunch program continues to be strong, the exercise is strong, they love the water aerobics. So all of that can be found on our town website as usual. If there's any issues or questions or concerns, you can always just pick up the phone and give us a call. I'm gonna read through this because otherwise I'm afraid I'm not gonna get through it. So, but today we're gonna talk about the loss of one of our very beloved and very essential coworkers, and his name is Vito Caruso. He passed away Saturday. He was 78. He started with the town in 2012. Our current team has been together. There's a team of 5 of us, and we've been together for 7 of those years. He was old school, and he's a workhorse, and he's a very good man. He has a very big following with our members, and his shoes are going to be hard to fill. Currently, we have made adjustments to continue to serve everyone. all of our members without interruption, temporarily will manage until we can fill his shoes, hopefully, or his role anyways. On the business side of the house, his role is a very necessary part of the team and the program, and we will be posting the position shortly. And any and all questions or concerns can be directed to either myself or Lori. And if anybody wants to send a card or has any questions or just wants to talk, then they're welcome to give us a shout. We're still getting through this because our drive-through program, sometimes we don't see everybody all in one day. So today will be the second day of that. We'll kind of see everybody.
How are the seniors doing?
You know, it's been a real, like, some of them have been really stunned. A lot of
Yeah.
people, it was a shock. It
Yeah.
was really a shock for all of us. So some days, sometimes you can talk about it and then the next minute it just kind of takes your feet out from underneath you. But he was a fixture.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, when I say he's old school, he's one of those guys, you know, like some of your guys, they just do it. And they don't ask, they don't say, they don't need a big hurrah. They just go out, and he took very good care of us. And it's a real loss for us. So we're pretty sad. You know, we'll honor him. We'll get through this, and then we'll probably honor him a little, you know, with something down there for everybody. But our seniors, our members couldn't be nicer about it. It was really great. And it's kind of a range of emotions. So, yeah, so.
Yeah, it's very shocking because this is a person that they saw every time they went there. He was there for 12 years.
Mhm.
And he was like, he's just, you know, smiley guy, sort of the face of the place, and
Yeah.
put out lunches, and, you know, everybody was looking forward to seeing Vito. If he had taken a day off, which he never really did take a day off. Pretty rare, you know, it's Vito, and they come and he's not there. It's kind of shock.
And he has all, so even though it was like short little snippets of conversation, that was part of their day. And, you know, some of what we take for granted is that our days are so uber scheduled. And then when you get older or you retire, you're in charge of having to reschedule your days and your weeks and so on and so forth. And this was part of that. And it is part of that. And so there's a little bit of a hole. Now there's some of us stuff, but you know, they're gracious and we're good to go. Yeah, he's messed. He's very messed. So.
Your words were very nice.
Well, he makes it easy, so. Yeah, so,
Town resident also.
little sobering, but.
Lived in the town. He started working down there and when we had the food program, and then that changed. He just kind of stayed with it and
Yeah,
adapted.
he morphs, yeah, he definitely does,
Well, he
yeah.
started as a volunteer
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
didn't want any money for it.
yeah,
And then finally
we're like, this is.
We didn't pay it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and he would sweep up, clean up, whatever needed to be done, he would do it.
Yes, so I'm sorry, there's a not happy note, but you know, we're still there and we'll still do this in his honor and in his memory, and hopefully, you know, he'll still be fresh. No, that's
right.
keep us in line.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Anybody have anything else? All right, our next meeting is gonna be September 5th at 8 a.m. September, can you believe that?
No. Oh.
September 5th, yeah, all right.
I'll send you this, my notes, I'll send you everything, yeah.
That'd be great.
All right. Motion to adjourn,
I'll move.
second, please.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Any opposed, none opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh, to stop the recording and then start it again for the next meeting. I think it's really stuff.
He was right there, he is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Great timing.